Good afternoon, you all. Welcome to episode number 3 of everything you need and want to know about buying your first home. Anyway, this episode is going to be talking about how much house you can afford and just giving you some basic, we're like laying the foundation for what you need to do to get ready to make that down payment on your house or to save up for the down payment, because we're moving at a snail's pace here. Because I'm going to go the Dave Ramsey route when it comes to buying a house. And I'm just going to try to incorporate like my whole financial situation. When I incorporate, but to adopt Dave Ramsey's, suggestions into the way that I handle my finances. So we're going to go that way because I don't want to go into foreclosure. I don't want anyone to go into foreclosure, have to do a short sale because they're in a rush to buy a house. Like, I don't want a house to be a burden for you. I don't want it to be stressing you out. I want it to be easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl, especially Black people. I want us to buy our homes and keep our homes and start building generational wealth, okay? So we're going to go this way. And I say Black people because, historically, Black people have been, kept from buying homes, quality homes, just homes in general. So that's my target audience. But if you're white or Hispanic or any other thing, it's for you too. It's just, we know what's up. So anyway, let's get into it, knowing how much house you can afford. So according to Dave Ramsey, not according to Dave Ramsey, this is just common knowledge common knowledge. You should save for the biggest down payment possible for obvious reasons. It lessens the amount that you have to borrow, which shortens, but you pay off your house quicker. So if you're borrowing the full amount, you'll be paying for a longer time. So if you put more money down, that's less you have to pay back, okay? So common sense. It's better to not have to borrow as much from a bank. Drinking coffee. All right, so in another episode, I talked to you all about typical down payments for different loans. There are a lot of different types of loans, but I'm only going to talk about the most common ones because I don't think you all will be getting USDA loans or whatever, something like that. This is mostly for people in Memphis buying houses in the metro area. So if you buy like a farm or something, you probably ain't no first time home buyer, or you got your life together. Because I feel like you buying farms, your life is together. You don't need no help. But for the rest of us, citified folks, this is for us. So anyway, FHA loans, typically, they want you to put at least 3.5% down. Conventional, at least, and it varies, 5% down. And when I say down, I mean percent of the contract sales price of the home. Then for VA, there's no down payment requirements for the most part, because that's the same thanks for being a veteran. You don't have to put anything down. Maybe they should just give you a free house. Throw that out there. Those are 3 types of loans. VA loan doesn't apply to you unless you're a veteran, or I guess you're married to a veteran and they're taking out the loan, but it's really just for the veterans, I believe. So it don't matter if you're married to them. However, Dave Ramsey, because that's who we're doing. We'll just prop this up so y'all know financial peace. So that's always in your minds when I'm talking. Dave Ramsey suggests that you put 10 at least, so you can avoid having what do they call it? Mortgage insurance. So you don't have putting 10 or 20% down. That's what he suggests. And getting a 15-year fixed rate loan. That saves you the most amount of money when it comes to interest and everything. But you're probably making higher payments. You may not be able to handle it, but if your finances are in order and you go the Dave Ramsey route, it might be like a day in a park. So let's just give an example. We're gonna use this house, not the house I'm in, just this picture I'm putting up. So this house costs $149,000. It's in South. It's not. I'm sorry. It's in East Memphis, Colonial Acres, 38117. That's where I want to live. That's where I want my first house to be. Little cutesy 1950s, 1960s built house. You know what I'm saying? I love those houses, and I feel like a lot of people buy those as their first homes, or they should. I don't know. But anyway, so if you were to get an FHA loan, if they want you to put 3.5% down, it'd be $5,215. That's easy to do. With FHA loans and a lot for first-time home buyers, there's a lot of down payment assistance programs and first-time home buyer grants that you can use. So, you could just get that money for free. Most of it, at least, from the government to help you to pay it down. Now, if you got a conventional loan, you put 5% down, it would be $7,450. I don't. You'd probably still be able to get first-time home buyers assistance with that, but I don't know. You have to see. I feel like they shouldn't discriminate against you because you're gonna get a conventional loan, but who knows? The government be on some other stuff. Okay, so then we have VA loans. You don't gotta put nothing down. Just be like, give me $149,000. They'll be like, okay. But yeah. Now, if you were to do what Dave Ramsey said, and he says put 10% down, it'd be $14,900. If you decide to go big or stay renting, you would put $29,800 down. 10% and 20%. That's a lot to put down. So at least for me, I'm not a good saver. I'm not. Baby, I don't even have $5,215 saved right now. Okay, so just speaking for myself, yeah, it's a lot. So in order to make that big down payment, we're gonna have to start saving the money. So Dave Ramsey suggests that you take these steps first. Number one, pay off all your debt. It's gonna take a long time to save up for a house with debt because you gotta pay bills. You gotta pay off your car note. You gotta pay off your student loans. You gotta pay off whatever you got going, credit cards and everything. So the thing is, you can still buy a house and have debt, but who wants like a house? That's a significant amount of debt and responsibility, ongoing maintenance and repairs. Okay, so I don't think you want to throw that debt on top of the debt you already have. So free up your money to make sure your house is all that you want it to be and can be. And the good thing about house debt is that houses build equity. Okay, so you can, if you decide to sell that house, but you saved up enough money, your salary might get higher, you sell your house, you probably collect some money back when you sell it, as long as you're not trying to sell it too quickly. So yeah, a house, that's a good debt. So the second thing to do is to maintain an emergency fund. Yeah, I'm so hungry, I'm sorry. When you got the flu, you don't be eating. This popcorn is doing it for me. And this coffee's open. All right, so maintain an emergency fund. An emergency fund needs to be a full 3 to 6 months of living expenses. And you need to save that before you start saving for your down payment. Because the thing is, when you get a house, even before you get a house, you should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. Because, life does happen. You could lose your job. Your car could go kaplooey and backfire on you and everything. You could have a medical emergency. And you just want to be prepared for life. Like life before the house and then when you get the house. Which is why it's so important that you pay off your debts, because if your living expenses are basically nothing, then it's even better for you. It's like, I ain't got no debt, so it's easy for me to save up. I just gotta pay for my rent, and yeah, my rent. Bless the Lord on my soul. But if you got credit cards and all that other stuff, you gotta be considering that. That's who wants that? Imagine that on top of a house note. Okay, so pay off your debt, get that emergency fund set up, and then when you have your house and things come up, your water heater breaks, you need your air conditioning fixed, something that your trifling insurance company be like, oh, we don't cover that. You be like, okay, babe, I got it. That's why I'm gonna shop around next year, get you all, and then you can get you another insurance company and pay it cash. You know what I'm saying? Or the emergency could be, maybe I want to expand my rooms. I want to update. I want to upgrade. I want to paint. You want to do something for yourself. You can have the money. Now that's not an emergency. The emergency fund should be for emergencies. So I'm sorry, it's for emergencies. You could have an upgrade fund too, but the emergency fund is just for emergencies. Okay. And also throw in there, get supplemental insurance. That's like accident coverage or cancer insurance. I don't think there's any insurance for job loss. There might be, but supplemental insurance, do that right there. It's a just in case. Some of it's pretty cheap, maybe like $10 from each of your paychecks, which is just like the price of you going out to eat. If you're like me, you go out to eat all the time, so that's just one meal you can't eat. All right, so yeah, don't use your emergency fund for the down payment. That's your emergency fund money. Once you got that saved, put it in a bank account that's hard to get to. That'll be like my Orion bank account that I just opened up because I have a car. I finance my car through them, and I don't just be going to Orion. They ain't everywhere. Bam, that's a good place to put it. All right. So number 3, know how much house you can afford. Dave Ramsey suggests, and I think this is just, I guess, the suggestion all around, is that you never get a house note. And the house note is the payments that you have to make each month on your mortgage. So when you get to the closing, they'll give you a note to sign, and they'll tell you, this is how much you have to pay each month. So that amount that you have to pay each month should never be 25. It should never be more than 25% of your monthly take-home pay after taxes. So don't go like, this is how much I actually make, but then they take it. No, it's what you actually get in that check. So it shouldn't be more than 25% of your take-home pay. And included in that note, like if it's not included in your note, it's private mortgage insurance. But if you're going the Dave Ramsey route, you shouldn't have private mortgage insurance because you're going to put too much down. So it will include that's including private mortgage insurance, HOA or condo dues, which could not be a factor depending on where you live, property taxes, and homeowners insurance. Property taxes and homeowners insurance you have to pay if you're getting a loan. I think even if you're not getting a loan, those are mandatory things. Incorporate those into your escrow those into your payment, your monthly, not monthly, into your note, just so you don't have to think about it or whatever. But you don't have to. But I think for the most part, if you're a first-time home buyer, lenders, they're gonna do it anyway because they gotta protect their investment. And if you don't pay your taxes, then your house could go up for tax sale, and they don't want that because I gave this person most of the money, and they sit up here not paying the taxes. So yeah. All right. So let's do some calculations to see, so you can figure out how much you can, how much your note should be, the maximum monthly payment amount that you can have. So that's calculated by taking your monthly take-home pay after taxes times 0.25. That's 25%, and then you get your maximum monthly payments. So Then you're going to use a mortgage calculator to find the maximum house price you can afford. So, like I said earlier, Dave Ramsey suggests that you get a 15-year fixed rate, 15-year fixed rate loan, conventional, the 20% down payment. You don't have to do that, but that's just suggested. So, let's say you make, and I chose this average, like this salary right here, based off of the MIT living wage calculator, living wage worksheet. Y'all can look it up just so you can know like where you live at. This is the salary that you need to make to have a living wage. So in Shelby County, $40,235 a year is what you should need to make after taxes. That's if it's you and one child. That's, I chose that because, me and Knox. But I make more than that, thank God. But, still, that right there is a living wage. And I feel like most people my age or who are looking to buy a house, that's like, you may at least have one child. But, if you're just you and you make, you probably make more than that. I think it's like $20,000. That's a living wage for you, living alone. Like you being a single person. So a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say a lot. I don't know what a lot of people make, but people I know, they make more than that. So they make more than a living wage. So they can definitely buy a house if they want to. I don't know what their debt is. We don't know what the debt is. So, but anyway, so $40,235 a year, which is like $3,720 a month. So we say $3,720 a month times 0.25, and that comes out to be your maximum monthly payment would be $750 a month. $750 a month. Now using that house that I thought I liked, the little house I used, the $149,000 house, you can see that if you do a 15-year mortgage, based off of today's interest rates. So right now for a 15-year fixed rate, interest rates are 3.125%. So that and the property taxes and the homeowner's insurance and all that other stuff, that's estimated, but this is giving you an idea that you would be paying, your note would be $1,037. Okay, so according to 25, it should be no more than 25% of your take-home pay. You can't afford a house that's $149,000. So you gotta take it down lower. Take your desired house price down lower. It might be, you might need to have a house that's $99,000. And there are those out there. There are houses out there for that price. So that might be what you need to do. But you got to bring your housing desires down. Now, you could be like, well, I really want this house. And you decided, well, I'll just do the 30-year route. 30-year FHA. And with the same 20% down, be $799 a month, which is still more than your, that's still over your maximum monthly payment amount. And I still would say you shouldn't get that house, even though it's just a couple of dollars, not a couple, but like 20, 10, I don't know the math, but it's not too much over, but still. When it comes to housing payments, you don't want to be right at your maximum payments. You want to get something lower. $700, that's I don't know. The thing is, if a lot of people, I think your rent may be higher than that. So you're probably like, well, hell. But then again, with rent, you ain't got to do any repairs. So yeah, you will be doing repairs and you'll be paying, but still, okay, it's whatever you want to do. So if you did 30-year conventional, it'd be $768 a month. That's like $10 something more, $18. I don't know, more than what your maximum amount. But yeah, so basically, it's gonna be a no. You can't do it. So anyway, that's all to say on that topic. Next time we're gonna talk more about savings and stuff. So budgeting, how you can start freeing up that money for that down payment and paying off your debts. Because that's what we want. We want you to have no debts. Then we want you to save up for that down payment so your house will be easy breezy. And I also want to say this, you all. I also want to say this. You know, it's unfortunate that people are getting foreclosed on. But because these people are getting foreclosed on, you can get their house. You can get their foreclosed on house for cheap. Because there's a house over here in my sister's neighborhood, and I was looking at that junk, and it was like, oh, that house is cute. And it was like, you know, $200,000. I ain't paying $200,000 for no house. At this point in my low income life, I'm sorry, I ain't got no money. I mean, it's not low income. I have an above living wage, but that's not my budget. Okay, it's not my budget. Then there are HOA dues, no, but the person's getting foreclosed on, so the bank ain't about to be like $200,000. That house gonna be probably like $85,000. Okay. At an auction or something. So, with that being said, you can get you a nice house off of somebody's bad decisions. Don't be the fool that buy like a $200,000 house, or $300,000, $400,000 house, and then you can't afford it, and then they sell it at auction for like $100,000. Okay, don't be that fool. Don't be that fool. Save your money, honey, and go low so you don't get embarrassed.